Nepal is a country of contrasts and extremes, a place where you'll find 8 of the world's highest summits and village life that hasn't changed in centuries. The dramatic mountains of Tibetan China on one border, the plains of northern India on the other. Here too you'll find a myriad of wildlife and a diversity of culture and religion. Economically, Nepal is one of the poorest nations on earth, and yet this small country has an abundance of treasures.
This is Kathmandu, one of the most exotic and culturally diverse cities in the world.
Whatever way you look at it, Nepal will dazzle your senses.
As you look around you here at the many faces of Nepal, you begin to realize that this is a country that's flourished at the crossroads between China and India. You'll find a range of experiences as diverse as the vendors on display here. Hello, Raj. Now how much for this one?
450.
Nepal has as many festivals as there are days in the year. The most important is Shivaratri, or the birthday of Lord Shiva, the most powerful Hindu god.
Kathmandu is home to Pashupatinath Temple on the shore of the holy Bagmati River, and once a year it hosts one of the most magnificent festivals to be celebrated by Hindus. This temple is believed to date back to before 400 AD. Every March on Mahashivaratri, or the great night of Lord Shiva, tens of thousands of devotees and pilgrims converge from all over the kingdom as well as from India. Lord Shiva is regarded as the master of all living creatures. Pilgrims and holy men spend the night lighting sacred fires, singing praises of Lord Shiva and keeping a vigil to welcome the descent of the deity. Early next morning, the faithful take a sacred dip in the Bagmati River to purify their bodies and souls. Then they fetch holy water in their cupped palms to offer to the symbol of Lord Shiva enshrined in the innermost sanctum of the temple.
Pashupatinath is considered to be a very, very important Lord Shiva temple. Even though it's outside India, all Indians have a firm belief that it's one of the pilgrim centers which must be visited by them.
In Nepal, we think that Shiva is the god for destroyer, and when his third eye can be opened, all the universe can be destroyed. That's why the peoples are very afraid. That's why the peoples come to this temple and offer the flowers, milk, butter, honey and sugar to the god Shiva.
If you visit Nepal around November, you might also have the chance to witness Tihar, sometimes known as the Brothers' Ceremony. It lasts for 5 days and is marked by worship to different animals such as the crow, the dog and the cow. The most important day is Lakshmi Puja, where the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, is worshipped at every household, and hundreds of lamps are lit for her welcome. On the 5th day, sisters show their affection and honour towards their brothers, feeding them with delicious food. The rituals include the breaking of a walnut, putting on garlands and encircling their brothers in rings of mustard oil to ensure a long life and to protect them from Yama, Lord of the Netherworld. Nepal also has a rich heritage of architectural treasures. Throughout the Kathmandu Valley, you'll find the heart of Nepal's heritage, particularly in the ancient cities of Bhaktapur and Patan. Patan is filled with ancient places, temples and shrines built in the 17th century. Krishna Mandir, the temple of Lord Krishna, holds court in the centre of the city, its 21 stone spires reflecting the grandeur of another era. I then made my way to Swayambhu Stupa, which towers over the Kathmandu Valley on its western side. The stupa is a World Heritage Site and one of the holiest Buddhist sites in Nepal. Each morning before dawn, hundreds of pilgrims will ascend the 365 steps that lead up the hill and begin a series of clockwise walks around the stupa. Hindus and Buddhists alike venture here for good luck. East of Kathmandu, the old city of Bhaktapur will fill you with awe. It was here that much of the movie The Little Buddha was filmed, and it's not difficult to see why this place has inspired countless other directors. This is a community where time has stood still for centuries. There are no cars to remind one of the 21st century. Cobbled lanes lead past ancient buildings into shadowed courtyards and back to a medieval past.
Bhaktapur was founded in the 12th century, but in many ways life has changed very little here. In fact, you'll still find local people dressed in the traditional Nawari costumes, like their grandparents and their grandparents before them.
We explored the Golden Gate, the palace of 55 windows and the 5-story temple built in the 18th century. This is also a city renowned for its pottery and weaving. You'll also find many artists at work painting the detailed tankas that are found both here and in Tibet. Many depict the life of Buddha or the Wheel of Life. This work takes time and is often finished in gold detail. Preserving ancient treasures is costly for Nepal, but the country has embarked on scores of restoration projects in the hope that not only more tourists will come here, but so that future generations can also stop and reflect on what once was.